In an organization, you can find maybe 30, 40, 50, and even 100 KPIs. If you see, there's a beautiful dashboard which talks about what is the target and what is actual. But the important question is that, is it helping us to reach where we want to reach? Is it helping the organization to achieve all its target overall objective or not? If it is happening, then yes. If not, then we need to think about it, that whether these KPIs are serving any purpose or not. Today I'm going to talk about the key difference between KRA and the KPI. Now think about a student who is preparing for maybe a medical examination competition. Now for that student may be having a target that every day that he or she has to read that much number of hours. Maybe the syllabus should be completed maybe 3 times, 4 times, and there can be many more targets which can be there. But the most important thing is that irrespective of whatever targets we have set, we need to see that whether it is helping us to reach us to the overall objective of qualifying for the medical seat or not. And that exactly is with respect to the KRA and the KPI. Wherein KRA, key result area, is talking about the accountability or the main area where we need to focus on, and the KPI, key performance indicator, is talking about that what is the present status at that particular time. When we talk in context with respect to the organization, there is an overall strategy which is there, and to achieve that strategy there may be some KRAs, and to achieve those key result areas there will be some performance indicators. So in a way, when we are achieving those key performance indicators, we are achieving the strategy of the organization. So everything is interlinked with each other. But one very interesting thing which often happens in the organization is that there may be so many KPIs, and those KPIs may be looking very beautiful because it may looks like that yes, we are achieving the target, but whether it is helping the organization to reach where they want or not, that is something which is very interesting. So for example, maybe the target is the production plan should be achieved 85% or maybe 90%, and we are achieving it. But the main question is that, is it the right mix with which we are achieving it, because that is what we need to give it to the customer, or we are just producing something. Or maybe if we see from a context of a training, maybe many a times the companies are having a target of number of trainings conducted per month, and the target is achieved 100%. But is it improving the competence? Is it adding some value to the overall strategy of the organization? And similarly, maybe for a sales guy, maybe there is a target to have maybe say 100 visits a month, and yes, it is being achieved, but is it converting into the business or not? So that's why it's very important to understand that often in the organizations there are a lot of KPIs, but it's a trap, because we may be achieving it, we may be monitoring it, but we may not be reaching it there. Now, when we talk specifically with respect to the definition of KRA and KPI, so let's understand about that. When we talk about KRA, so primarily KRAs are talking about the key result areas in which the function or a leader is expected to deliver the results. In a way, we can say that what I'm accountable for. So it can be with respect to profitability, customer satisfaction, operational excellence, or something like that. Whereas when we talk about KPI, key performance indicator, it is talking about the measurable indicator which is used to assess the progress and the performance within that KRA. So in a way, we are talking how do we know that whether we are succeeding it or not. So let's take the example which we discussed just now about the KRA to improve the profitability. Now, to improve the profitability, there can be some KPIs. Now, these KPIs can be with respect to the EBITDA, it can be with respect to the overall equipment effectiveness, it can be with respect to the cost reductions. And when all these KPIs are being achieved, there is a possibility that we are able to achieve the target which is defined by the customer. Now, let's take an example to understand that how everything is interlinked with each other. So let's assume that the overall strategic objective for an organization is to increase the shareholder value. Now, to achieve the shareholder value, when we talk in the context of the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, the KRA will be to improve the business profitability. And the KPIs can be with respect to return on capital investment, EBITDA margin, it can be earning per share growth. And as we move down with respect to the manufacturing KRA, the person who is responsible for overall manufacturing. The KRA can be with respect to the cost competitiveness improvement, and the KPIs to achieve that can be with respect to cost reduction, OEE, and it can be with respect to the scrap reduction. Similarly, when we talk with respect to the quality person, the top person, the KRA can be with respect to how we can improve the product quality. But the KPIs can be with respect to customer PPM, rejection, and warranty. So overall, if you see that when a person who is at the quality level or at a manufacturing level is achieving, then overall the strategy of the organization, which is about the adding the shareholder value, is improving. So there is a linkage, and there should be a linkage with respect to that. So if I do a summary, primarily when we are talking with respect to KRA and KPI, it's important to ask at least three key questions: that are we on the right direction or not? The first is that are our KRAs clearly linked to our strategy? The second is that if our KPI measuring something which actually matters or not. And the third and the most important thing is, if the KPI is improving, does it actually improving the business or not? Because we must understand that the objective is not to have more KPIs. The objective is to measure what is most important for the organization. Because when we talk about KRA, it is talking with respect to creating accountability. Whereas when we talk about the KPIs, it talks about the visibility. And together, they convert strategy into the performance. My next video will again be with respect to the difference between two interesting topics. Regularly, I'm getting a lot of feedback from your side, and they're helping you to understand your expectations. So please do continue that. In case you want to understand a little bit more about this particular video, you'll find a link below. If you click that, you'll find a blog there. There you find more information about this particular video. And in case you are liking these kind of blogs and videos, you can always share with your friends and colleagues, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and my website bhavyamangla.com. Very recently, I published a book with respect to supply chain management. In case you want to know a little bit more about it, again, you will find a link below, and there you can get more information with respect to that. Thank you.